Greetings friends, my name is Bob, Bobby to my family, and after a little vacation, I'm back with another game to review and give away, and this week we are reviewing and giving away the game Nucleum. Kind of a heavy-duty game, and boy did it take up a lot of space. So this is the map, 6 panels. If I can get the 6 panels open, there we go. 6 panels of map. But that's not the only game board, because there's also this game board. But wait, there's more, right? That game board, and that's not the only game board, because you got some cheat sheets that are going to take up some table space. These were really well done, so good job there. But you have player boards. This was well done too. Player boards. So for each player gets one of these boards, and then you have experiment boards as well. So this game was a real table hog. We had to put the leaf in our table to be able to play it. Just 2 players. So yeah, not only was it a table hog, it was a time hog as well. It took about 4 hours, not including setup. And we had heard it was going to be a longish game, but we didn't know it was going to take us quite that long. And I think we played it, I think we did everything we were supposed to do. The end scores were 209 to 207. My wife just sneaking ahead of me there, but that's pretty evenly matched, I'd say. So here we go. All right, so this game is about getting these buildings, and I've heard it compared to brass. Yeah, has some similarities there. But you got buildings, you've got turbines, and you've got mines to get on this board here. And mines go in circle spaces. Excuse me. Turbines go in circle spaces, mines go in hex spaces, and your buildings go in the square spaces. And you want to put factories these spots, residences here, labs here. Those are the 3 kinds of buildings, and these are all going to score you points at the end of the game if they're powered, because this game is about nuclear power, sort of. Come back to that. But if you can get the uranium to your buildings and power them, and what that looks like in the game is that they flip over to their powered side, and you'll get points at the end of the game for those. You also get points for filling contracts, and some end game points for the milestones. That was another board, and points during the game for various things, such that in a 2-player game your first time you might get up to 207, 209. Who knows? Maybe those are awful scores, maybe those are good scores. I don't know. But we had a time playing this game. I'm going to talk about the theme. The theme did not work for me. The sort of pseudo-scientific, pseudo-sci-fi alternate history did not connect with me. Maybe I'm in the minority. I'm a niche within a niche within a niche hobby. But I would be just fine if all of my games were about trains, historical trains at that. And so I might have liked this game a little more if it had a theme that connected with me a little better. Likewise, the board. If I'm going to look at something for 4 hours, I don't want it to remind me of like 90s role-playing games, which for me this did. I'm looking at you, Deadlands Set in the Future, whatever that game was called. Just did not connect with me. And I know there are people who love this game and really like this aesthetic, and so I'm not putting any of those folks down. Just for me, it didn't work. So if it works for you, don't let that be a detriment to you in any way, because there's a lot of good game in here. And so the way to get your buildings onto the board is, well, and the game is run with these cards, which I almost felt like were worker placement in some ways, although they had 2 roles, so they have a top and a bottom. And you see that this is a purple, and this is a multicolor, which is really neat. If you play them above your board, you get to do both actions, no questions asked there, so the top and the bottom. But if you play them to your board, let's see here. If I place this purple near a purple and this multicolor near the white there, well, look at that. I can do both of those actions. If I needed to do, for some reason, needed to do this, make that connection, well, I've got a purple and a multicolor, so I'd only get the multicolored action because purple and orange don't match. I know my colors. And so I thought that was really cool. Once they're played to the board, they flip over and you put a little worker on them. And that shows that they're your tracks. So you're building a network. And I thought these were really neat, not just for the sort of double worker placement-y kind of aspect to them, but also you can buy more of these as the game progresses, because some are of course going away to the board and you won't be able to use them anymore as action tiles. So you can buy more of these, and so in that regard, kind of deck building. You can choose which ones you want to have to be able to use, and so if you're going all in one strategy, you just buy those and you'll be able to do it. And it's my favorite kind of deck building where you buy it, it's immediately available. So like a Concordia or something like that. So really liked that aspect of this game. There are variable player powers, which is pretty neat. I played Experiment B, and these start out like this, and then as you get complete various things, usually contracts, they'll slide in. You get the brownish ones are ones, those are powers that you'll have the rest of the game. The bluish ones happen right away once, and the purple is the scoring one, so for end-game scoring. And that was pretty neat. So if you can manage to build a network where you get a power plant that's powered with nucleum, uranium, I don't know, there, you know, on one of the spots there, and you can get your mines will give you this uranium or nucleum, or again, the theme lost on me. Anyway, you can power your cities, and that's where you'll score points. And, okay, the hard truth. I didn't like this game that much. I like a lot of games that are a lot like this. I like a lot of games that are by these designers or in this design group. I like a lot of games that people like who like this game, but for whatever reason it just did not connect with me, and my wife was exactly the same way. She said, at first I didn't like it, until the end I did like it, but by the very end I hated it. And I think that was pretty good. It just overstayed its welcome. And for me, by the end, I was just so sick of looking at this busy board. But of course, that's where you come in, because we're giving this game away, and so maybe you will really like it. I hope that is the case, because as I say, there's a lot of good game in here, and so we're sending this out. All you have to do to win this is send an email to this address, and I'm gonna have fun this week because the subject is Nucleum dash bleh. I'll spell that out for you here, bleh. And that's just because that's how I felt about the colors and all in this one. So if you send an email to that address by 11:59 on this date, you will be entered to win. Someone let me know that the font I use is all caps. I'm not yelling at you. I hope you don't take it that way. But anyway, so get your emails in, get entered. All of our giveaways are according to YouTube's guidelines. And of course, you're going to want to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you're going to be notified whenever we do these giveaways. We try to do a couple a week. I've been off a little bit, but back in the spirit of doing these things. So if you're subscribed, you'll get notified right away. And you know, they only run for a limited time, so you don't want to miss them. And I will put a link down below to all of our other reviews, all of my other reviews and giveaways, in case you want to see some of the things we've done in the past. And gosh, I don't know what else there is to say, but thanks a heap.